Salute, this is Jeff.
And this is Corey.
Hello, Corey. We're back in Xenoblade Chronicles land.
Indeed. After, that's a lot of time.
Well, I have the advantage of being on an adult summer vacation, which is called being fired for doing some light labor organizing. But that's okay. That's what unemployment's for. I adore this game. This game is very good. I have many good things to say about this game. I have a save file from 60 hours and I'm just gonna load just to get, I don't know. This is a recommendation video. If you saw the first impressions we did, this is going to be many hours later in the game, but also spoiler alert, we're not going to be doing the main plot, but all of the gameplay systems are tied in with the plot of the game. So, like, if you're not interested to know characters, events, situations, and whatnot, I highly recommend just playing the game.
It's a good game.
So if after that you still just want to hang out and see what kind of the combat looks like when you have a lot of your toolkit, how the system's play and whatnot, then welcome. Let's figure out what to do.
Indeed. And I will also say, going back to the initial video that we did, happy to say the Xenogears has fully shown up in the game at the point that I've made it to.
Is it true that all the characters have Evangelion or Evas, basically? Yes, of course they do. That you can summon at any time.
Why wouldn't they?
When you're playing. Are they drift compatible? Yes, they are also drift compatible. Where do I want to go? The Hovering Reefs here is the main plot section where this save file's at. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably go back and do just like a legendary monster fight for approximately this level. I think there's one in over here. I think there's one. Yeah, okay. I think
Let's go here.
I think right here is where there's like a level 51, I think, legendary monster. Go and figure that one out.
Sounds good.
Let's go visit Raucous Ron. The gravestone.
Yeah. For anyone who might be curious but not actually playing the game, that gravestone is actually one of the game has a mechanic for unique monsters where when you kill them, you can actually go to their gravestone and rematch them. Or more importantly, though, you can teleport to any gravestone that you've already established.
It is a fantastic way to incentivize the exploring. So this guy's level 27. Even when I came here through the first time, he was way under my level. So it was basically just a free way to get an extra fast travel point. I also really like the music in this section, this like area. I would say that the environments, the exploration in the game, everything about this game is very good. Storyline wise, character writing's very strong, which I was very surprised with, especially since it was kind of up and down, even the side characters in the previous game, like strong main cast and roll the dice. On the side characters. There's only a few side characters in this one where I'm like, I don't know. But there's so many of them because you can get at least like a little bit of a sample with like some of the weird characters that you can pick up as your basically mentors that you can take around in addition to your normal 6 people party that you have. I think that you can actually see you can see all the ones that are left locked here. All of these represent fully voiced side character quest lines that I just haven't gotten to yet. And these are all job crystals from Final Fantasy, basically. Or actually Final Fantasy V, because you're constantly mastering one and then bringing the abilities into another one to make just beautiful hybrid classes. I'm very satisfied with the direction the job system is going.
Yeah.
I guess I could do a quick overview of what I'm at here. My dudes have got let's see. Noah's currently doing Strategos, Healer. I've got Mio doing Incursor, which the little diamond is the one that's currently active. I'll probably be manually controlling. I prefer manually controlling the DPS roles.
Yeah, same. I mean, it's MMO-y, but you're not actually playing an MMO, so tank and heals are not as interesting as they would be.
Yeah, I spend most of my time running. I do cycle through all the characters because they can all run all of the different jobs. And actually, I'm really impressed with the amount of character-specific dialogue, or I guess barks and incidental dialogue they have for everyone, for every situation. Including the guest characters, or I guess they're called hero characters, the ones that fill in the 7th slot. Currently have the battle sexual Ashira.
Yeah, she's a Goku.
She is a tank and also highly aggro, which I guess is good for her.
That means two things.
It means two things. But yeah, so both of these tank classes here for Uni and Titan they're learning the new class. They got a few ranks in them at the moment. I find that I'm pretty good at doing the and then Sen is on the gun and summoned laser class, which I'm a fan of. It's basically just Bayonetta stuff going on while running this class. But this one will just be a transforming greatsword kind of thing. Actually, let me remind myself what my abilities are. Okay. Back attacks, side attacks. I can do a topple. Do I have the ability to? I guess I could also throw in the daze. If I wanted to take care of the entire reaction combo myself, that might be kind of fun. I've been doing that more recently with some of the characters, stacking all of the little tiny red icon there shows you what type of reaction it is. Reaction is, it's kind of a status effect. It's the weird status effects circle that the Xenoblade games have, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. And just for order, you want to go break, topple, and then you get a choice.
Yeah, it splits into two paths. The one from the previous games is launch and smash. And then unless it was in Xenoblade X, which I didn't play, the other one is daze and burst. They basically do the same thing. It's just weaken the monsters and then put them in a stun state, and then at the end do a burst of damage, whether or not it's actually called burst.
Well, there's actually two differences between those that I've found. So burst will actually get rid of a monster's enrage mechanic. So if you get them past the point where their bar is on fire and they start doing the extra stuff, burst will actually stop that. Daze has a kind of harder to take advantage of benefit of when a monster is dazed, it no longer generates aggro on its table. So your DPS can go wild, but DPS shouldn't have had aggro anyway, so.
I think we could slide down that thing.
I have the problem of the DPS always having aggro. I often am just staring blankly at my tanks, being like, guys, do you wanna generate some more? That'd be great. If you could just
energy grenade on their fastest attack.
Okay, energy grenade. Okay, so I kind of wish there's a little bit more specification so I could have like a main tank, but really you kind of have to do that with
you can't
accessories.
Yeah, you can't do energy grenade on the exile because it's the same faction.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but I find that when I put that on my tank, since it's constantly just generating AoE damage on stuff, it makes it a little bit easier for the tank to hold aggro when I'm not directly controlling it and be like, no, hit him more.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind as possibly. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Yeah, you said it didn't work for this class, so I'm going to have to rely on, one, the gems here, which are boosting aggro generation, and then I think they have some... There's damage bonuses, but I should probably give one of them a feather and just kind of say, you're going to be main tank. Just do it. Attacking from the front, attacking you. Okay, I'll pull out one of the feathers. So it's just constantly generating aggro, and it's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, Phantom Feather. So just in the background, just generating aggro. The other way, there are DPS classes that have aggro clearing abilities like the gun class, but for now I'll just kind of deal with it with mech transformations.
We'll take this down.
I was just saying that the environments in this game are fantastic, and they get more fantastical as the game goes along, because the beginning of the game is kind of just like a blasted battlefield of orange and gray. It gets much better than that. I love the hanging caverns, and also the music here just reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII, or I guess Nobuo specifically. It's just a chill time. We'll skip this. We're gonna create a rope bridge and jump off of it halfway.
How do we use this thing that we've used 12 of by now already?
Whoop. Okay. Okay, at level 50, we're level 56, which is fine. Like, I don't think we'll lose, but the combat in this game, monsters are damage sponges, because you have it's supposed to be a fight that takes a long time when you have 7 characters wailing on them.
There's tough, and there's tough.
And I've also found that monsters will be surprisingly lethal to you for a large window of level difference.
Just because we're 6 ahead doesn't mean this thing isn't going to wreck me if I pull aggro and then get hit 2 or 3 times. What I'm going to do to combat that, also I'm trying to think if I should put, because I do have an accessory that can prevent stagger on blocks, and since it's an armored spider, I don't remember if it has hard armor, so like often like you'll just bounce off of it like Monster Hunter. Forget. I guess we can just kind of get in there and let's get in there.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine.
Let's do fusion first so that we can build up our I'm very sad that abilities are not locked in when you activate them. It's when they connect. So that side attack turned into a front attack because it's shifted slightly. That's kind of a little annoying.
Yeah.
So it goes. We are going to at least try and do some chain arts here. As far as what I'm doing, mostly I'm just running through my cooldowns and just making sure I'm in the right position for things. So like I want to be positioned in the back for this particular one, and then get an energy grenade on it, and then move over to a side position so I can try and get another side rake.
If he'd stop turning.
Which I did, so let's do a topple. This does extra launch damage. Okay, good 25k or so. I don't think I have a reliable smash ability at the moment, so I think the launch is as far as we go.
Yeah, I think
targeted. So let me get inside a mech for safety.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game, the only quick smash that you've got is Noah's mech. And that's if you get to Interlink 3, which is a bit much.
Yeah, and I don't have that equipped at the moment. I guess I'll do the Mega Spinning Edge. It's ridiculous, and I love it every time. Now, let's disconnect before we, turn into LCL fluid. I do have a chain art that has been... Oh, got it in the topple. And we're back in the air. Oh no, I wanted to be on back for that one.
Yeah. I will also say...
I'm gonna save the chain attack. You do get, if you get an overkill with a chain attack, which the chain attack is basically the pause the game, play fun music, and the enemy can do nothing for 40 minutes straight while you just wail on it and do 2 million damage. basically what that means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I was going to say that you've got
you got a launch? No. Oh, okay.
The greatsword class that you're using. I had trouble with aggro maintaining whenever I use it initially as well, just because. I
drew aggro again. I'm just gonna jump at a mech for safety.
Yeah, case in point. But for the folks at home, the main reason that class is kind of an aggro sponge is because its main mechanic is I don't crit enough. I'm gonna crit, and then I'm gonna keep critting, and then I'm gonna crit again, and then crit some more. It's just very crit hungry and crit heavy.
Yeah, and I've also was stacking crit, so I think I've got almost 100% crit rate. In addition, it's just if you don't have all right. We'll start the chain attack. It keeps looking at me. It's low enough that it'll get an overkill. As soon as you get an overkill, you start racking up experience bonuses. See. Okay, we got one of each pair, so this doesn't actually matter too much. We start with. Let's see, Senna's running. I guess I'll try and get Senna and Mio later on when the damage multiplier is higher, since they're playing DPS at the moment. I guess I'll start with a. Sure, start with a Brave Assault. Why not? What is the special per? Yes, guarantees amazing. Amazing is a rating system, A, B, or C. We want to get A so that we have the most people that come back for the next round, essentially. Which means that this character is actually the best in the opening, I feel like. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, when everyone has their lower TP values here.
Currently, the enemy is, it's paused because we're doing a chain attack here. It's in break status. That's break. Little wavy lines. So I do have a topple here, and I also want to start with a DPS character because if you start with DPS, you get a little technical point bonus, and the technical points tactical point bonus is what determines if we get another round. And if we goose it the right number of times, at this point in the game, we can squeeze 4 rounds out if everything goes well. Let's get a daze. $97, really? Couldn't quite? Okay. Couldn't get that bonus? Alright, that's fine. This'll automatically jump it up to 200% regardless. That's her special ability, so... I don't actually know. I'm not too sure about which one of these abilities, as an example on the lower right, would actually be better than the other ones. For the most part, for my characters, I just stack the highest damage multiplier onto the top layer, so it's just easier. Unless I want a specific, I guess, reaction, I just kind of go whatever has the highest damage multiplier.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just not. I mean, I'm only played it for 80 hours, so maybe I'm not far enough in that I know what these are supposed to do. So I'll just Demon Slayer. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I find that the extra characters, their ability usage, except for like a couple of very specific ones that you pick up, for the most part, do not matter. Like the one you have, I mean, she has launch, but since it's dazed, she can't really do anything else.
Yeah, and I intentionally went with the daze just because I don't think I have any burst abilities, and I can't confirm for sure. We'll go with her special ability. So if you have your 7th party member, your hero slot doesn't decrease the chain gauge when you use them successfully, which is, some of this is maybe a little bit more complicated than it has to be, but it's less complicated than the second game, so at least there's that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
By far.
I'll keep boosting Mio here. And as long as I'm lower than 70 initial points, it won't immediately cancel, so... Yeah, we'll just roll through this pretty... I'll get Tyon just to get extra. It's possible that this 35 could jump up to 51, but I'm not holding my breath. We'll see.
Well, if you do an action that's 2 tank roll actions on him, it would, but
Okay. Okay.
I
What do
don't
I have here?
nope, you don't have two. So yeah, it'll probably get to high 40s maybe.
I should probably consider it. Oh, hey, this is something I found a little bit annoying. I'll just go for this. It'll... okay. Just enough
there
to
you
get
go.
the B rating. Also, the tank ability will automatically pull someone back from, I guess, our deck of cards of heroes. So they're reactivated. We got 2 of them. Okay, this will be perfectly fine. Let's do... Since these are a pair, naturally I want to go with the one that's not paired. So there's basically a 100% chance that at the end of the chain attack I'll be able to get a pair. And once you get a pair, then you can use the the mecha attack as a final attack. So we're still building up upper at the moment. This should be an auto clear. Yeah, this will definitely push it over 100. So just one hit, it'll go over 100. Good enough. Okay, we've reached overkill, so now we're just getting XP bonuses. I actually, about this point in the game, I stopped using bonus experience because when you outlevel things, you actually don't get, like, job points, basically, or combat points, class points. So I was like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I shouldn't have just been eating all that extra experience.
Yep. I am.
So now I'm sitting on like 300k or maybe like 1 million XP bonus on my characters, which you can just have in a pool. You don't have to spend it. But I'm still over leveled for where I am currently, so I'm just kind of looking for side areas that have appropriately leveled things to get the class points I need. Well, Tyon's the only one that will finish a pair here, so that's the obvious choice here.
Yeah.
Since, again, Lance and Senna are a pair, so we can't do both of them at once.
I think that he and Uni actually have the higher damaging finisher.
I haven't really been paying too much attention to the differences between the mech finishers.
Yeah.
So I'll take your word on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have numbers to back it up, but they have. Whenever I use them as a pair up, they seem to wreck a lot harder than everybody else.
The healer classes will not go unless they're a hero class, because asterisk, but the normal healer classes won't go over 99, so I can just hit a free, I don't know, 4 or 5%. Oh, okay, let me be like 15, 20% XP bonus there, added to the block, I suppose. Alright, it doesn't matter. It'll be enough to push it over to B ranking, which is good. We don't have to worry about it too much, because since we're going to get the mecha finisher, everyone will be reactivated, which is nice. Brilliant Ascension. Greatly increases damage. Fully heals. Let's just get some cheap shots in. Let's get some healers in there to max it out. One more healer just for that extra little bit of XP bonus. There you go, just a few more points. Squeeze it out, and then even without bonuses, Mio here has enough to bump it up to 200%. So this is, as far as, unless there's some other S rank after that where we get like 500% that I haven't seen, this is, as far as I know, the highest rating you can get. And now we get to see big numbers happen. I like big numbers. Somehow I'm slightly disappointed there's not a shing sound effect each time it shows their eyes. Anyways, 1.8 million conquered. Blah. Okay, that gigantic sound effect is all of them leveling up something at the same time. So. Got some gold arachno queen silk that we
What
can
are
turn
you
into a
hiding,
gem,
little
so that's
guy?
nice. No. Okay, got some Nopon coins there. Almost maxed out on silver, which means I should probably just spend it on some
Yep.
class levels.
I found out the hard way that when you max those, it sells them.
It auto sells. Yeah, that's true of all items. You reach 99 max and then it auto sells them, which is convenient in a way.
If money weren't completely useless.
Yes, I have not. Sometimes the only thing I've spent money on isn't even things that I want. It's just when I'm in a new town or equivalent, I'll just buy something so I get the reputation bonus. So, the flow of commerce. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm immediately sell this as junk. I'm not going to use it anyways.
I only ever spend money whenever I go to a new place, talking to the Nopon trader and just be like, all right, give me 10 of all of this random crap, and I'm sure somebody at some point will ask me for an annoying quest to turn in 30 of them.
This is also true. Lance here has completed his Strategos training. Now, you might notice in the menu here that there's a master skill for level 15 and also a master art for level 20. And as I have learned recently, there is basically special unlocking quests for literally every single one of these things. There's a lot of stuff in the game, is what I'm trying to say.
There's a lot of stuff.
I am enjoying all of it so far. I don't actually have any other healer roles I can switch them into, so I could probably switch them over to maybe a DPS.
So I
Sure.
gotta whack him. I can do
Well,
that.
I will rely on the auto build feature for a lot of this. I'll occasionally, like being cursor here, he's got a 55 crit rate already. I could even, it's Stin's duration of buff effects. That's not useful. But for accessory wise, yeah, crit boost, crit percentage point boost, which a critical percent increase of 22 is much less than a point percentage increase of 11, depending, of course, on the numbers. Just so make sure to read your tooltips, I guess, so that this thing becomes a little more. The chain gauge on crit hit also just makes the chain just extremely easy to pull off. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine. But I'll spend some points and just level up to level 5. Just spend some coins. This is what these coins are best for, I find. The gold coins can be used.
You can
to
just
make
hit
gems.
right.
Oh, I can do that on
On the level up screen. When you're spending coins.
this one. Ah, sweet! I did not know that. It doesn't change everything, but for one small thing.
It changes one very important thing.
Yes. Actually, I only wanted to go up to level 5, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that in mind for sure. The Yumsmith is the best class in the game, and the best character. So, there's that. Just put it out there.
I would agree on character. Class, you haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay, fine. This is true. Of the ones that I know of in the game, which, as you can see, there are some that are locked. Although I've seen a few of them, I've not unlocked all of them. I greatly enjoyed the energy grenade. And I had fun stacking energy grenade damage,
Mm-hmm.
where you get 300% burn damage, and also if an enemy's on fire, you get 60% damage bonus. And I was like, okay, I feel like this is pretty good. I enjoyed cooking things, in other words.
Yeah, and I think it was Tyon's class actually has the extend debuff duration field effect thing too, which lets you just briefly get 2 of those out using one character.
Yeah, that definitely works out. There's a little grave spot. Okay, gracious Titania has been slain. I was at this point in the game. I was level 56 or so, and then an additional 15 hours from now. Let's say that there's times when you open up new features in a game, and this is not unusual, especially for JRPGs that are very system heavies like this, where you'll go to a new area even if you're 50 hours into the game, and it'll be like, here's a menu about how to do this specific thing. Like, okay. But it's completely different when you get a new character, and they not only give you completely new menus, they give you completely new sub-menus and a sub-quest that spans the entire length of the game and isn't retroactive, so you should probably go back. Not to say any more about that, but I do at least enjoy the conceit of that particular class. And because I'm on adult vacation, had plenty of time to just go back and run through it. I was like, well, this class, well, let me see what I can do to help this along.
Yeah,
I think that
I sunk a lot of time
basically it.
when I picked up that class, and I was like, well, you've clearly issued me a challenge game, and I can't ignore that.
I was it's just This is recommend it. The video's over. I'm gonna now talk about
I can dig it.
Okay. Could not recommend this game enough. 3 thumbs up, 11 out of 10. S tier JRPG. It is. I can't recommend it enough. I've been having so much fun with this game. I really hope that the rest of the storyline follows suit with being fairly good thematically and also interesting plot-wise. I like the plot revelations, and I was surprised at when a character is basically bringing up Camus' philosophy on suicide.
Right.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
I was like, okay, all right, video game. Wasn't expecting this, but it makes sense. It's a dire situation.
Fix this.
Yeah.
I digress.
I actually appreciated that the game actually, plot-wise, it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy X in, well, not directly plot-wise, but more in it's like, hey, your dad is Sin. Like, you get the mechanics of the world and, like, the big secret out of the way fairly early. And it just kind of hangs around because you're just like, well, that just raises further questions.
And they do a good job of, answering the questions and having the characters be curious about these things, and also developing the plot as it goes, rather than it being like one. Yeah, Lisa, it's not like there's just one revelation and it's like, oh, that's the twist, and like the characters just remain ignorant for 40 hours and then suddenly they're like,
now it all makes sense all at once, thanks to this 10 minutes of dialogue. Like, so yeah, none of that.
I'm gonna go hang out here on top of this beautiful waterfall. There's a vista, a good vista at the end.
Huh? Hear that?
Let's do like a daytime, or maybe even like a sunset. Let's do a sunset, maybe. But that doesn't really work really well here.
Yeah, it's a little overcast.
Rainy. Okay, let's go backwards in our time machine. Okay, it's overcast, but it's at least a little brighter. Anyways, if you enjoy what we do here, you can support us on Patreon. And you can also do the YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 ring bell, whatever. Engagement and so forth. Do you really enjoy making these videos for y'all? I do want to thank
That's a supply drop.
Corey again
Shall we go
for
get
joining me, and so I can just gush about this cool JRPG, which I've been spending hours and hours and hours of over the last few days.
Yeah, it's been fun.
All right, I have to, as is tradition, I have to whisper the name of the game again. So, Xenoblade Chronicles.
It reminds me of Xenogears in a good way.
It's high praise. High praise. Don't do it, Mia!
No! Oh,
We're fine.
never mind.